Here we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com. I'm Chad Brendel. He's Aaron Smith. As always, our sponsor is Galactic Fried Chicken. Visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app, Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get your Galactic chicken for the NCAA tournament. What better way to take in the games than sitting around with some tendies, some fries, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, you name it, they got it. And it's the perfect food for just consuming sports and snacking on food, right? It doesn't get any better than that.
It's a lot cleaner than wings.
Yeah.
You don't have like. Nope.
No. Just dip it in the sauce. You eat it.
Done and done.
Jeff tried it the other day from PTP. He gave it an 8.1.
Did confirm he ate all three.
He ate all three.
I don't know how people are putting down 3, man.
I don't either. He must have got regular chickens in his tendies and not the monster chickens that we've gotten.
Well, Chad, happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. I have really. There you go. I've not had any real chance to partake. We had a busy morning, early afternoon. Got good news. Things were good. Everything went as well as humanly possible with Kelly's oncologist appointment. Had radio. Had to stop and get some food on the way home. Tried to finally get situated and settled and watch a little basketball. It's the worst part about the first 2 days of the tournament now is Mo gets off and I have to do radio. I honestly, I don't mind it because I love doing radio. But when it comes to actually being able to keep up with what's going on,
you've missed 10 games at that point.
I missed the entire 8 games that happened from noon to 6 or whatever. And then I get by the time I was settled in at home and had dinner, talked to the wife a little bit, whatever, it was halftime of the first set of games. And then luckily, though, got to settle in. That was a pretty good first set of games. Still ongoing. We've got Creighton up 2 on San Diego State in overtime. 35 seconds left. Creighton has the ball. We've seen Kentucky go down. How about that?
That was wild.
Think about this, Aaron. Last year, Kentucky missed the tournament. And this year, they got bounced on the first day by a 15 seed.
Isn't Cal on a lifetime contract?
I mean,
how quick is a lifetime at Kentucky?
Probably 2 years. Oh, poor San Diego. Ooh, wow. San Diego State just missed 2 shots at the rim, down 2 under 10 seconds.
You're ahead of
ball
me.
Goes out of bounds on Creighton.
I'm looking at there's 30 seconds left right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm way ahead of you.
You're
streaming, I'm TVing.
Yeah.
There are advantages to still having cable.
We have cable.
Oh.
We're just in the middle of
there are advantages to not being in Athens.
We're reconfiguring some things. We're gonna, by the time all's said and done, we're gonna have down here in the basement, actually, on the other side of the stairs, I'm gonna have 3 TVs set up. And all of them being roughly 50 to 55 inches. So
there you go.
I'll take it.
Aren't you special? We've rambled for 4 minutes. Let's go get going.
Rob Banks.
Rob Banks in the transfer portal. Not a huge surprise. Rob was on scholarship through this past season. The expectation was he was going to come off of scholarship. I'm sure, and unfortunate for Rob that because of a knee injury, he did not get to play this year. To kind of, prove he was worth, it had earned that scholarship. I liked Rob.
He did get the start with the previous regime.
Sure. I liked Rob. He was a good kid. He worked hard in practice. Physically, he was impressive.
He was a specimen for sure.
Yeah.
He was always a hype man, like constantly smiling.
And let's not kid ourselves. I loved having his British accent around.
Banksy?
Bruv. Hey, bruv. I heard that more. Hey, bruv. I heard that more.
Pass me the ball, bruv.
Yeah.
Good shot, bruv.
So, but this was, I wouldn't say the transfer part is expected, but it's not shocking. So, is what it is. I don't have too much on it. Like
let him try and get a shot somewhere else. Good for him.
Yeah, go somewhere. See if you can land on scholarship. You got a couple of years to play. Like, go do your thing, bro.
I know out of state tuition is expensive. I wonder what out of country tuition ends up being.
Probably not cheap. They're taxing the shit out of those British guys. Come on, for real. From when we talked earlier today, Aaron, I think my stance is we're going to talk about this. Just like it's so weird watching the tournament without Cincinnati involved.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. I said this afternoon to you. It doesn't feel right that the tournament is being played and we have no financial or emotional. Yeah, there's no skin in the game. There's no. All right, when does UC play? Is it Thursday or Friday? Is it early or late? How do you handle, rearrange? The whole 9 yards on that front. The more I've watched these games, the more I've remembered how much agony also comes with having skin in the game. And I think I'm good.
I was going to say, we're not unfamiliar with that.
Right. I think I'm good. Like you think of the flashbacks to UCLA and West Virginia and the buzzer beaters and the heartbreak and, getting smoked by Illinois and whatever that disaster was in that town in Tennessee. I'm good. I like just watching. I think I changed my mind. I remembered the pain and agony.
Well, as I was setting this up and we were watching this Creighton San Diego State game, I mean, we watched a player that you love at Creighton.
Oh, I love Ryan Kalkbrenner.
We watched him go down, and I mean, imagine if we're watching and say, I don't know, a Gary Clark or a Trey Scott goes down, and
there was another injury today that was similar, that was pretty, directly relatable to UC fans, as Eliel Sasemi went down against Gonzaga. It had a pretty bad knee injury and happened in the first half. He didn't come back, and Georgia State couldn't keep up with Gonzaga from there on.
That was another thing that was kind of cool about today.
Gonzaga was up 2 at halftime, or is tied at 37-35 or something at halftime. Maybe Georgia State pulls that off with Eliel.
Well, that was something that was kind of cool today too, was getting to watch Eliel Saseme and Logan Johnson.
Logan's so good, man.
He's definitely improved since his time here. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's developed.
Yeah,
it's a good thing he didn't go to Xavier.
Yeah,
where players don't develop. What?
There was a coach who struggled there a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. No, it was really cool getting to watch those guys. Logan and St. Mary's really good. Man, they looked awesome against Indiana. If you're Indiana, your first time in the tournament since 2014, you can't get smacked by 30. You can't let somebody smack you by 30 in your first tournament in 8 years. But that's what happened.
Does Coach Mike ever smile in Indiana?
Well, not today.
I don't know that I've ever seen a smile on that man's face.
He did not smile today. I'll tell you that for sure. I don't know, man. It sucks not to be in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm being facetious.
Sure.
But I'm also just pointing out the pain sometimes is a lot. So getting to watch with no skin in the game isn't all that bad. Because you know what? I'm not going to go to bed angry tonight. No matter what happens. Well, if Mick loses, I'll probably be a little upset. Like I hate seeing my friends lose. but even if that happens, I'm not going to be like devastated.
Yeah,
I'm going to move on.
I'd agree. It's I don't know. It's the most wonderful time of the year, as they say.
I like it. I'm a college basketball junkie. It's been my favorite sport my whole life. There it is. Yeah, another guy that was big today. That UC loved, and just couldn't handle his demons. Teddy Allen, New Mexico State, smoked UConn with a 37. I think he had.
I believe he had to have 3 coaches go with him to the interview because he is a loose cannon.
He's been like loose cannon. I want to phrase this. Teddy had a bad upbringing, right? Like there was nothing really right about Teddy's childhood. Boy, he can get buckets though. That was I remember the assistant that recruited him being like, "Look, I don't know if we can get this kid in school. I don't know if we can keep him in school. I don't know if we might have to put him in a mental institution. But I know that I've watched him, and there's nobody in this class that scores like this kid. He just gets buckets." And that's what he does. Like, Coach was right. He gets buckets. He also might need a straitjacket in between games, but buckets he gets. So yeah, that's NCAA tournament talk for tonight, I guess. Creighton just knocked off San Diego State. My brackets are done. I had Kentucky winning it all, so that's it for me. That's what I get for picking Kentucky to win it all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just thought things set up well for I thought their path was the best path, but not if you lose to the 15 in round 1.
Man,
sometimes you have a great path and you lose.
I mean, Mick got ran out of Cincinnati for doing the same thing that John Calipari is quickly doing. Weird.
You had one other thing you wanted to get to?
Yeah, did you catch this today? Because I love this. So the recruiting, I don't know if this is, I'm hoping that this is coming through clear and not jumpy.
No, it's pretty clear. I got it pretty clear.
But the recruiting team is now able to use video instead of just images. Right. So it opens a whole new world for the media team. And they're essentially sending out what looks like an NFT for these kids now. Like,
yes,
this is amazing. And it just shows what this, I don't know, what this team is capable of doing, what this media team is capable of doing, how much we've grown over the course of even just Luke Fickell's tenure. It's amazing to see what they're doing. And as a kid being recruited, how could you not be excited to see you in a 3D image like this? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, I think it's super cool. Maybe I'm getting old and this kind of stuff humors me. I don't know, but I think this is pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a very cool, piece of content, because that's what it's becoming now, right?
Right. Absolutely.
You're sending kids content. It's not just come get an edit, hook me up with an edit. Like, you're sending kids their own premium content, essentially, because only Evan Tomich really, it only means something to him, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's very unique. You like the Luke Fickell autograph down there in the bottom right, University of Cincinnati. You got the flag, you got the CPAW. Like, it's very cool, and it's going to be a very beneficial addition to the recruiting department. So very cool.
Just something I hadn't seen before, and I dug
because it wasn't allowed before,
right? And I dug a little bit and was able to find out that this is something brand new that they're able to do now, and I don't know, just pretty exciting to see what might come next now that they're able to start doing video when they're sending out their things for recruitment. So
yeah,
can't wait to see what's around the corner.
All right, I've got radio again tomorrow, 3 to 6. If you want to come hang out on ESPN 1530, ESPN1530.com/listen. I'm sure we'll be back to talk about something tomorrow night. Like there'll be plenty of games going on. There's lots of stuff potentially on the horizon tomorrow in the city. I don't know UC specifically. Hopefully things are still pretty quiet going through the weekend.
Yeah.
But we'll find something to talk about. We always do.
We always do.
Go to my Twitter timeline. There's 2 things to vote for. Scroll through my timeline.
Already hit the Paper Stadium.
The Paper Stadium. UC
Final Four
against Fenway Park, right? I think that's what that was today.
I think that's what it was.
Last I checked, UC had a pretty big lead. And 2, the basketball manager games. UC versus Notre Dame. So those 2 things are on my timeline.
Anything we can beat them in, I think we should go out of our way to do.
And that lately, they're like, it's getting to that point where we're going to see a lot of these Twitter polls that are like, brackets or whatever. And the Bearcat Journal community has been leading Cincinnati to a lot of wins. And I find that entertaining.
When I voted on that Paper Stadium, we were up 65-35 after 8,000 or so votes. So
yeah, you guys are awesome.
Pretty cool.
Awesome. All right, that's going to do it. He's Aaron Smith. I'm Chad Brendel. Galactic Fried Chicken's the sponsor. See you tomorrow night. It's the Nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!